Good day to you. Again, I find that I still have a few minutes, and I want to read something this time from Proverbs. And I know we're bouncing around a little bit, but this is not a part of our normal, foundational Bible study. I just don't have enough time to read a whole nother chapter and discuss that and go through that. So here in Proverbs chapter 2, we have what my Bible labels as the value of wisdom. I think this is interesting, and Proverbs is always good for teaching us good sound reasoning logic, and I think it's well worth our while. Proverbs is definitely a great place to go for wisdom and for, like I say, good basic logical understanding of how we should be. So this is Proverbs chapter 2. My son, if you receive my words and treasure up my commandments with you, making your ear attentive to wisdom and inclining your heart to understanding, yes, if you call out for insight and raise your voice for understanding, if you seek it like silver and search for it as hidden treasure, and search for it as for hidden treasures, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. So, this is all really one statement, those first 5 verses, saying that if we will make the effort, if we will receive the words, and if we will treasure up the commandments, the Bible, the words that are here, if we will make our ear attentive, if we will listen for and try to understand and incline our heart to understanding, if we seek it as if it is a hidden treasure that we want, then we will understand and we will find the knowledge of God. So this is a call to action as well as a promise to what we can get from our action. I'm going to continue on from verse 6. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He stores up wisdom for the upright. He is a shield to those who walk in integrity, guarding the paths of justice and watching over the way of his saints. Then you will understand righteousness and justice and equity, every good path. For wisdom will come into your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will watch over you, understanding will guard you, delivering you from the way of evil, from men of perverted speech, who forsake the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice in doing evil and delight in the perverseness of evil. Sorry, I had to double check that word. Men whose paths are crooked and who are devious in their ways. So this again is another all one saying, and it's talking about how wisdom and knowledge and integrity in God and in God's Word will help us to understand righteousness and justice, and will help us to take the good paths, and it will help us to understand. And wisdom will come into your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will watch over you. We will know how to act and be, and it will deliver us from the way of evil. It will deliver us from the evil ways and the evilness of other people. And because there are people who are perverse and evil, and this will deliver us by keeping us. We will know better than to go with them, and we will stay away from those folks and not join them. Instead we may, when I say stay away, we'll stay away from their practices. We may try to persuade them and teach them about God and the Lord, but we will not follow their ways. Alright, because we will be following God's ways. So, continuing on from verse 16. So you will be delivered from the forbidden woman, from the adulteress with her smooth words, who forsakes the companion of her youth and forgets the covenant of her God. For her house sinks down to death, and her paths to the departed. None who go to her come back, nor do they regain the paths of life. So you will walk in the way of the good, and keep to the paths of the righteous. For the upright will inhabit the land, and those with integrity will will remain in it. But the wicked will be cut off from the land, and the treacherous will be rooted out of it. So there's several things here. If we're following the integrity of God and doing the right things, we will also not get into, we know that sex and the lure of sex and the forbidden woman and the adulteress, we know all of that is one of the most powerful, one of the worst. What's most powerful? It's got the most powerful lure, temptation. We know that is a hard thing, a bad thing, and that we are lured and tempted by such things. But how it leads to death, and how those who go down that path do not come back, do not regain their life. But he says, you will walk in the way of the good and keep the paths of righteous. For the upright will inhabit the land, and those with integrity will remain in it. And we see that the wicked will be cut off, and the treacherous will be rooted out, usually due to their own devices. So we see that a lot in life. So that is the end of Proverbs chapter 2. I always think Proverbs is full of good wisdom for us, and is an excellent place to go if you're looking for more understanding. I don't think it is overly difficult to read. I think it's pretty clear about the things that are good for us and bad for us, and how we should follow God's wisdom and not our own. So that is it. That was Proverbs 2. I want to thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day, and God bless you.